oh no, don't let it happen again. मैंने कर डाला के बाद सोचती बैठती है मैंने क्या किया. Literally मेरे life में ही होता है. Oh my god, there's so much, and then we had to do so much of the shoot, and then it started raining.
Hi Aditi, how are you doing?
I'm good. How are you, Priyanka?
I'm good, thank you. I think right off the bat, I'd like to ask you, how are you feeling right now?
Extremely excited. But you know, this reminds me of the last to last year, which was the pandemic. Yeah. And you know, when I'm doing an interview online, I'm just like, oh no, don't let it happen again. But no, man, I'm extremely excited because I think we finished the shoot, like, it's been about 6 months or something, 7 months. And since then, I've been asking Cynthia sir that when is the edit getting over? When is the color correction happening? When can I see it? When can I dub for it? You know, so I'm extremely excited. Yeah, I'm very excited. I'm a little jittery, of course, because honestly, I didn't know that this is the path Bhumi is going to take, and I didn't even know till I was performing it. Only after the whole season was over, I realized मैंने कर डाला. कर डालने के बाद सोचती बैठती है मैंने क्या किया. Literally मेरे लाइफ में ही होता है. जो भी भूमि के साथ होता है वो मेरे साथ होता है. Like, ये क्या हो गया यार, ये क्या कर दिया मैंने. मतलब at one point my co-actor Vishwas, he was telling me, भूल जा अभी भूमि, निकल जा भूमि से, हो गया, खत्म हो गया, शूट खत्म है. Like, मेरे को फील नहीं हो रहा है. That kind of thing. Yeah.
So, you know, like you said, Aditi, that in season 1 we established, you know, the show established that, okay, she is not just this plain, simple, timid character. There are layers to her. And from what I've seen, I did get the chance to watch a few episodes of the second season. Yeah. And
what do you think? I'm going to ask you only now.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, so, you know, in this, from what I can understand, is she, like your character, and of course you can make the audience believe, okay, कि ये है इसका limit. And then she goes ahead and, you know, surprises them, or rather shocks them in more ways than one. How was that for you, bringing those changes or those layers of the character without making it look like कि कुछ भी चल रहा है, you know? Like making it seamless. How was that for you?
So, you know, Priyanka, I always, as an actor, I always strive to do better than what I've done before. And it also comes to me from my sports understanding. Like, you know, they always say, you are your best competition, improve your timing. So I have to, even if I'm a world champion, even then to go ahead, I have to beat myself. So as an actor also is the same, that you have to beat yourself and go forward. So if you take that, you know, plunge and you catapult yourself, you're going to go really far. And that's what I'm trying to do here as an actor. So whenever I've gone ahead, like when I saw the script, honestly, I got a little scared because I was like, how am I going to perform these scenes? And they are just one line, half a word, 3 words, but there is so much going on in that. Like there's so much performance in that. I can see it. So I'm thinking, what am I going to do? They kept telling me don't over rehearse, but with me, what I do is I keep reading it many, many times. You know, even for an audition, I go prepared the same because I think it's no different. So for me, it's almost like when you go on a trek and you see a huge mountain and you wonder, how am I going to climb this? So the minute you wonder how you're going to climb it, you're gone. Instead, just look down, take the first step, keep taking the second, the third, and the fourth. Then may it rain or sunshine or hail or whatever it is, you're going to reach the top because you've taken that first step, you know. So I think I have done just that with Bhumi in the second season. And I hope that people enjoy it because it is a completely different side of Bhumi. I won't deny that. Like I've tried to get that new flavor of the pastry in the, you know, cake shop, which is never available. That kind of thing. I'm like, let's try this out. And it's very, honestly, it's very risky. It's I've taken a huge risk. I'm not played by my old rules. I've gone ahead, pushed myself. And if people like this, then it'll give me an opportunity or the guts to behave in the manner which I have recently, that I'll take the risk and I'll give my audience a new performance altogether.
It's great. And I think they're going to be quite surprised because, as I said, you know, that Bhumi surprised me as well with this season. But, you know, while I was watching this character, it's not just intense in terms of, you know, the emotions or what's happening around her. Physically also, she goes through a lot, right? In the show. How was that for you? And overall as well, you know, the kind of journey she has, how easy is it for you to switch off from that character when when someone says cut, or does it stay?
Yeah, so if you come on my set, you'll be like laughing out loud because they keep saying cut and I don't stop. So I'm like, okay, cut? Oh, okay. I didn't know that. Because what happens is like, with a character like Bhumi, you have to keep flowing all day. Like I really can't get into my phone and go to another world, or I can't do something else because I enjoy it so much, the journey that's going to happen. जो भूमि सोच रही है वो मैं सोचती हूँ सच में, क्योंकि otherwise I can't match up to her, man. She's a fast runner. I'm like, how do I keep up to the pace that Bhumi is thinking? Because there's always a fear of death and always a fear of survival, right? That's happened since the first episode, first season. That she was always like, I don't know who I am, but I know डर के करेगी पर करेगी. तो अभी ये डर का हम लोग क्या कर सकते हैं? ये आप देखेंगे अगले सीजन में कि ये डर को वो कैसे मतलब एक अलग तरीके से अपने फायदे के लिए, या she uses it for her power. Her own fear, she's converting it into her power. I think that's where I feel Bhumi is extremely intelligent. It's not that वो येड़ी है और वो ठंडी है, ये ऐसा कुछ भी नहीं है भैया, ये सब गलत है.
Aditi, you mentioned, your training in sports helps you get better each time that you're working on something. I wanted to ask you about that. What made you pursue acting and not a career in sports? Because you did, when you were in school, you did represent the state, and your parents are also athletes. So I would love to know what, drew you towards acting.
Well, unfortunately, I lost my mother when I was about 14, 15. And at that point, I was a runner. And my coach also kind of, he lost his 2-year-old daughter. So we both were devastated. And at that point of time, I needed to speak out. I was so upset with the act of nature that happened with me that I wanted to speak up. I wanted to go and, express myself out loud to people of what was going within me. And that, I think, stage gave me, like Prithvi Theatre gave me that opportunity, and I could just go there and be someone. I wanted to get lost, but I'm not somebody who can get lost in, say, alcohol or other things, because they don't go with me well. Otherwise, people usually take that route, which I think people should not, because I think this way made my life, made my career. I mean, had I gone and, dealt with it in a different way, I don't know where I would be. But I rather used it, just like Bhumi, I'm again saying that, I used it to my advantage, and I expressed myself to people. And that's when I realized that I can get lost in these characters and I can be in another world altogether, which is created by somebody, and I can add to it, and then I can come back to my own reality also at the same time. So, जहाँ पे मैं हूँ या जहाँ पे मैं थी, वहाँ से अगर मैं भूमिका को देखती हूँ तो मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि मैं फिर भी बहुत अच्छे स्थान पे हूँ. I'm still at a very good spot compared to where Bhumi was. So it gives me kind of a what do you say, a push to live a better life and be more grateful for the life I have, rather than being cranky about it.
That's so touching and also powerful at the same time to, turn something that hurts you into something this great and turning your life around. Thank you for saying that. And also, Aditi, Arif Ali has directed it, and Imtiaz Ali is the showrunner, writer also, and you worked closely with them. What is the one thing that you would say you've learned on set, like not from what you know of them before or what someone's told you, but on set watching them in action? How was that?
In one word, if I have to say, it's tolerance. Imtiaz Ali, Arif Ali, both them, they're brothers, yes, no doubt, but the level of tolerance they have, I mean, for the goof ups and for the things which are not going right, and maybe for the retakes, and maybe the location is not over there. You know what all happened, Priyanka, this time? There was a lockdown, and there was a night lockdown, night curfew, and we shoot only in the night. Bhumi raat ko hi bahar nikalti hai, din mein nahi jati hai, sabko malum hai. So we were waiting for 2 months. Then we had this whole new COVID wave, for which we had to do the RT-PCR and less people on set and things like that. Then it clashed with my other show that I was doing because the dates kept going ahead. And oh my God, there was so much. And then we had to do so much of the shoot. And then it started raining. So we have shot half of it in the rain and half is not in the rain. So you can't match those two shots. So there's so much that happened. But these people, Imtiaz Ali and I would say Imtiaz sir, is so patient, he's so calm. He's like, okay, so what can we do about it? So it's not like, oh my God, what are we going to do about it? It's not that. It's just like, what can we do about it? And then we go on set and some costume mess up happens and, you know, गजरा नहीं है तो क्यों नहीं है, इस चीज पे पूरा दिन जा सकता है, but वहाँ पे सब सुलझ जाता है easily. And Arif sir is so loving at times. I have lost my cool, very honestly. I won't deny that. I gave him a rose and said, sorry, sir, because we were doing some action sequences and I got hurt really bad. I fell on my head. Oh. And, you know, yeah. And I got like, how many retakes are going to happen for this? I got like angry about it to myself because I couldn't take that whole, you know, the way it was, like the way Bhumi was treated. I got angry about that actually within. That a woman is treated like that, you know. After all, I'm a girl, I'm a woman, so I'm going to feel like that. So at one point, and then I said, Arif sir, I'm so sorry that I spoke to you in a very loud voice. I'm so sorry, but I couldn't take it. And he's like, no, Bhumi, I understand. You know? So that kind of thing, yeah. It's like they're like family for me. They're really like very, very close to me.
That sounds great. And I think it transcends also on screen when a show is made like that, you know, with a team that's so well knit. What are the kind of roles that you as an actor want to portray, or, you know, something that you've seen in the recent times that has inspired you maybe?
Yeah, I think, honestly, I'm craving to do romance because that side of me is not explored by me, myself, and anybody. Like, I've just started off, no doubt, but I want to explore that side of me. I want to explore the comic side of me because, you know, at home we keep doing these things, you know, I have 2 cats and we keep doing stupid comic things at home, and then there's a big laughter, then there are people over, so they're like, why don't you do comedy? I'm like, yeah, write it for me, no problem. So I'm waiting for somebody to come with me with a great script which has some good, you know, I want to explore that side because no doubt I love Bhumika. I love doing characters which are very intense because that's in a way also my personality. But I feel like the light side is also my personality. So I would like to explore that now.
All right. And, you know, strange that you mentioned comedy and romance, because in the last few interviews that I've had with actors, a lot of them have mentioned, you know, wanting to do romance or comedy because a lot of the stories these days are so real and so intense. As actors and as audiences, as an audience, do you also, is that what, you know, makes you want to do characters like that?
Yeah, like what happens, you know, Priyanka, there's a wave of intense drama going on right now. Then the wave will go down. Then everybody will get too much of it. We'll start cringing it because there is the times are such that you never know आगे क्या होने वाला है. तो वहाँ पे भी हमको थोड़ा बहुत मतलब you see that there's a lot of people are going very carefully these days. It's not like before. I keep watching old songs, you know, Bachchan Saab and Moshmi and, you know, Hemant Kumar and these, and they say, when I see Bombay in that light, and there is one song particularly, I think, where they keep roaming around the entire city of Bombay, you know, Bachchan Saab and I think Moshmi ji. तो वहाँ पे इतना light और अच्छा लगता है ना, तो वो देख के मुझे भी अच्छा लग रहा है. So that means this wave will come down, and then there will be a wave of romance or love, the way Shah Rukh Khan came in at one point. I mean, in the 90s, you know. So that will happen, but there will be, I think, it will not be just like anything. It won't be crass. That will have performance, and it will have romance, and it will have comedy. कॉमेडी रोमांस मतलब ये नहीं तुम एक्टिंग करना बंद कर दो ना, मतलब इंटेंस है तो एक्टिंग करो, रोमांस है तो एक्टिंग, मतलब ऐसा तो नहीं होता ना. Be yourself. No, you can't be yourself. You have to be your character, right? So people will do that. Like, you know, Tun used to be a very good singer. I keep hearing on radio. So something like that with a lot of power-packed performance is what I'm looking for.
Great. And I can't wait to watch you, you know, play all these characters and do much more work on screen. Thank you so much for your time, Aaditi.
Thank you so much
for the season of. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Bye-bye.